Hello YouTube, my name is Pipster here, and today we're going to be making the first in lots of videos, basically a complete series about how to get better at racing games. And we're doing this on Real Racing 3 because I know a lot of people have requested me to do a Real Racing 3 video, and people don't seem to take this game seriously, when in fact it is actually a pretty good racing simulator. There will be a review coming shortly, but I know there is other people doing the same sort of thing with, oh yeah, this is how you get better at racing games, but the difference between my channel is that I'm not a professional myself, as you can see. I mean, I've come first in quite a lot of them, but the mistakes that I have made are quite recent because I'm not pro. So I'm going to be going through the mistakes that I have been making and how to solve them before you make them yourself. So I hope that makes it clearer, but we're going to start off with this autocross, which I don't even know what that is. So we're just going to pick, I'm going to pick a slow car so I can demonstrate, which means I probably will not come first place, but that doesn't matter at this point. So the main thing to remember about racing games is that the thing you need to know is you're not going to be good at it straight away. Practice. You just need to keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice. That is my key point, I would say. When I started racing, I was getting 12 out of 15. And I'm sure you'll be having the same result. So I'm just going to show you what beginners do. So if we're just starting off here, I'm just going to pretend that I'm sort of I've never played this game before, that's what I'm pretending. And we're going to record the time and see how it fares to a professional. So as you can see, I'm sort of cutting corners and trying to get the best time. So that time, as a beginner, was 32 seconds. I still came first, but 32 seconds. 32.372. I'm just going to write that down. 32.372 seconds. Now we're going to retry that race, and I want you to see if you can tell any difference between what I'm doing in the first race and what I'm doing in the second race. I'll give you a clue. Look at the way that my lines were. Look at my racing line. Before, it was in the corners. Now I'm going sort of one side to the other side. And already we're on 20 seconds. Let's see if we can beat this time. Right, that was okay. For some reason, I came better on the first one. I'm not even gonna. I think this is just the way the game works. Really, don't think it's my driving, but I will tell you the difference, because that was a weird race. That was a time trial. It was only on one short section of the track. But when you reach corners, what you want to do, instead of just being, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut this corner. If you imagine a corner, you're gonna be going faster if you go around the outside, because you can maintain your speed more, which means overall you'll be slightly faster. I mean, that doesn't really matter, as you can tell there, because I actually got a faster time. Probably because I don't think it matters really in small races. Sorry, this is more for opponents. So when you have opponents, it's slightly different, really. Not too much different, but I'll just go to not a head-to-head. We need a cup, which is normally, I have to buy a car. Can't be asked for that. I might need to go to the amateur section. Let's try this one, see if this works. Right, this one. Right, I can play this race. I'll be playing with a car that sort of isn't the most glamorous Dodge Challenger or what. But anyway, so it's just loading here. Okay, so this is going to be the Grand Prix, and they normally set you off at the back. So if you watch the other cars, when they go around the corner, it's, as I said before, I will do a full diagram of this in a different video, but as you can see, they all go to the left, and there's a good reason for that, is that they are maintaining the speed. When you go into one of the corners on your fake racing line, because they don't have any in this game, but when you go into one of your corners, you need to go on the outside, and as you power through, you need to sort of go into the corner slow, come out fast, because that way you're going to get speed, and you're going to get and it's just going to be better because you're going to be faster. Really, there's no simpler way of explaining that you're going to be faster. It's like saying this end is better, so you're going to be faster. So see, all of these other bots, well, see, they're following a pre-made racing line. They go in and then they go sort of out, which is going to give you more control, more speed. I will demonstrate on the second lap how to overtake. And you see these like things on the corner of the track, these like guards to stop people's tyres from going over the edge. Those, you can use those as guidelines for which side of the track to be on, see? So we have to be on the right, and then when there's one on the left, see? They all go to the left. So I like to use those as a sort of guideline, really, because I find that helps you quite a lot if you haven't got a racing line, but also the layout of the track helps quite a lot. So if you have first started off this game, I wouldn't recommend going to, or any racing game for that matter, I wouldn't recommend going to a new track until you've got the old track like in your mind. You've got your racing line in your mind and you know it inside out, because that way you won't have to go back through your races and try to get first place, because you will already be first place in the majority of your races. So as you can see, again, we are following all of the racing lines, but all of these other bots, they're going to be following the same racing line that you are, so that means it's going to be harder to overtake, which is why sometimes I like to just, you know, cut a corner as long as there's no time penalty. If you do a multiplayer race, there is normally, you get slowed down to like 15 miles per hour and then you can continue. But normally I like to overtake on the inside, depending what sort of corner it is really. If it's a wide corner, it's normally the inside. If it's a really narrow corner, sometimes you can get away with doing the outside, because as I said, the bots, they're not very intelligent for, especially a Android phone or tablet. They don't really know anything. They're just following a line. They're not even that good bots anyway, really. So as you can see, we're just following these lines again, overtaking on the inside. I wouldn't recommend doing this if there is a time penalty, because obviously it's not very realistic. And if you have a controller, when you're following these floor racing stripy things, lines, what they're called, if you use a controller, or a wheel, like game wheel, these transitions around corners are going to be much more smoother than just using either tilting it or using a keyboard, because you don't get very much sensitivity or freedom to actually move. So, and also it makes it feel more realistic as well, which is a bonus, I guess, if you actually want that. So we're approaching our last lap now. I'm in 4th place. Hopefully we can get first in this place. See, we're just gonna overtake him. I have noticed on some games, this would be something that you should be aware of. If you go on grass, it varies a lot. It changes your speed a lot depending on the game. Like on this game, if you put 2 wheels on grass, I don't even think it actually does anything hardly. Or if it does do anything, it's very minimal. But on certain racing games, sometimes if you go on grass, it makes your controller vibrate tons, so you can't feel anything. And your hand gets all like shaky and you can't do much really. So this race is nearly finished. I recommend if you're playing Real Racing 3 that you can get this app and you can turn up the graphics, but the only reason I turn on the graphics to high is so you can have your wing mirror display, because if you don't, if it's on low, it will just be blurred out to save like memory and stuff and battery. But I find that helps a lot because you can see cars behind you, you can see which way they're trying to overtake you and etc. So I find that to be one of the most useful things, especially in a racing game. And I think when you're playing racing games, many people overlook the fact that you have a mirror there. It's kind of like attacking and defending. Most people just attack, they don't defend. But to stop people from but as well as getting past people, one of your other main points is trying to stop people from overtaking you, especially if you're on online races when the AI is a lot better than, well, it's not AI then, it's a lot better than these bots. So that's what I recommend doing. So this was just a introduction really, but it's probably going to get a lot of dislikes and stuff, but I would just like to thank you guys for watching really, and I will see you guys in another video. See ya.